Hey guys, AAG Spitta here, back for a sort of like comparison video on every single version of Lloyd that LEGO has ever produced. So yeah, this would be a pretty interesting video. You can see all the way on the left is where Lloyd started off with. He's trying to be like his father, you know, trying to be all evil and stuff, trying to work with the Serpentine, all that, all the way to the Tournament of Elements robe that you can see all the way over here. So we're just going to look at each of them, so let's just get right into them. Now, over the past few seasons and years, LEGO has designed many different versions of Lloyd, as you can see here. You have him all the way over here. He's even got a cape from whenever he was evil. But before I do that, I do want to turn them all around so you can see their backs. Now, you can see that they all have some type of sword holder, except for this one right here. So that's a little interesting on that one. Now this one right here, this was rebooted. This was LEGO Ninjago Rebooted, so he did not end up having a sword carrier with him. So that is pretty interesting. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start over here on the left. So the first Lloyd that was ever produced was very mysterious. You know, we never really knew what was going to happen of him. I was actually thinking that he was going to help Garmadon maybe. But here is Lloyd now. This was whenever he was, I guess, trying to be a bad guy too, just like his father. You can see his printing on there. Looks like he painted, you know, the ribs and stuff. You can see on Garmadon on his clothes there. He's got short legs because he was a little boy at that time. Little hood and the same face that they used for quite a few of them until they changed it a little bit while on. In the back, you can see they got the shorter cape for him and no back printing. So that's how Lloyd started out with. Now, later on in that series of the Snake series, Serpentine, they actually ended up finding out that Lloyd was the Green Ninja. Now, I got Lloyd here, Green Ninja, in the epic dragon battle. He flew the four-headed dragon. Pretty cool. You can see that he's now got that royal green, sort of like really, just a really green color. Like it's really shiny, looks very, very nice. You can see that he has his little print back there. Now that's his symbol that we all know. You can see that he's got that shoulder padding that most of the other ninjas had at this time, because they had their ZX robes at this time. You can see the little star on his helmet. Overall, or headgear, overall very nice. I love these little details down here, these little sparkly jewels, as well as the two different colors. You see he's got the green here, and then his arms are actually a darker green. So that is pretty cool. Now, after Season 2, excuse me, now, then it was all Stone Army. So the Stone Army series, all of the ninjas had their kimono outfits. So here is this exclusive version of Lloyd in his kimono suit. Excuse me. You can see his symbol in there, which is actually different than what we got whenever he was in a ZX form, or the first time that we got him. So that is a little interesting, as well as him having gold instead of silver. You see down here he had some silver, but up here in the next series he actually ended up having gold. So that's pretty interesting. I love the black in there. It looks very nice. And yeah, like I said, this was a DK Publishing exclusive in the Ninjago Character Encyclopedia. So then, of course, everybody's favorite version of Lloyd is obviously whenever he becomes the Golden Master, whenever he fights the Overlord. A very wonderful minifigure got in the Temple of Light. It's a very nice minifigure, also got in the Golden Dragon. If you guys got that set, you can see his symbol in there. Once again, he's got the sword carrier, and just wonderful gold minifigure. I really like getting these chrome gold minifigures. Very nice. Not shiny like Mr. Gold, but you can also see that they actually gave him golden hands. So that's pretty interesting. On all the other versions, he's got the black gloves on, just like all the other ninja, except for whenever he was young, he did not have any gloves on, as you can see right here. So that is pretty interesting. Now, the next series that we got was, of course, LEGO Ninjago Rebooted. Now, the thing with this series really was that LEGO actually had intended for the series to end whenever Lloyd fought the Overlord and won, obviously. they actually intended for the series to be over. Now, it was such a hit that they introduced Ninjago Rebooted. So this was Lloyd, the Green Ninja. Now, all the ninjas got hair pieces there. That was a big plus for Ninjago fans. They all wanted the hair pieces for each of them. I love the printing on this one. It's very nice. They also have only the masks that go over their mouth and nose. I actually kind of like those. They don't resemble a true ninja as much. I kind of like the headgear, but it is nice to get these hair pieces for these couple series ahead. So you can see the wonderful printing in there. Really like that, except that he does not have any printing on his legs. A little disappointing, but you can see the two colors once again. You've got the green and you've got the dark green arms. That is very cool. I really like that minifigure. Now, next up, of course, we have Rebooted again, but this time was kind of in the final battle, I guess you could say, whenever they were fighting the Overlord. Now, I got this Lloyd in the Battle for Ninjago City. A very epic set. I really liked it. You guys can check out the review. Obviously, it was a set that was released a couple years ago, or a year ago. So, yeah. So, pretty interesting minifigure. I actually really like it. It's kind of pretty much the same as the one I just showed you, except that you've got the armor on it right here on his chest, so just different chest printing. Now, this is whenever they went into the temple and they found the armor that the first Ninjutsu Master had used against the Stone Army, so they didn't take any damage, didn't get hurt, that sort of thing. So they used this to help defeat the Overlord once again. So that is pretty interesting. And yes, that is pretty much it. Now, the last Lloyd minifigure. Now, there is actually one more in the next series, which is actually... Now, this series right here is the Tournament of Elements, whenever Chen had them. Now, this is the most recent one. This is the last minifigure I have, because this is the most recent series as of the time of this video. Now, they have different printing on their headgear. Once again, they've got their headgear back for these Tournament of Element challenges. Now, Lloyd also came with his little buggy or whatever in a set, about $20. I don't have that set right now, but actually it's not very important because that was just kind of like his training sort of uniform that he just kind of wore around Chen's mansion. So not a big difference. It actually looks a lot like the ones from Rebooted, just like a little teeny tiny bit difference. And so I don't really think it was worth it. On the back here, you see that he's got a different sword holder. So instead of them going in, they do still go in, obviously, but they are much looser. Now, I don't really care for this. They just kind of like fall out. If you put it like this, they'll hang out and they'll fall out. So that's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, one thing to note is that Lloyd never ended up having one of these caps back here, or the headgear that had the headgear that went down, that had the little clip, because that was only in Series 1, and Lloyd was not introduced until Series 2. So that's just a little fact for you guys. And so, yeah, that is pretty much it for all of the different versions of Lloyd that LEGO has produced so far. Just give you guys one more brief look at each of them as I spin them around. You've got quite a few of them here, and actually this is very convenient because the Golden Master goes right in the middle. It works out very nicely. I actually was very surprised whenever I gathered up all my different types of Lloyds, and I was very surprised actually on how many LEGO's actually produced. I mean, they're greatly different in printing except for these two, which is just difference on the torso, and then of course this one's got the armor and the sword holder. So yeah, down in the comments, let me know which one of these is your favorite. Obviously, I'm probably going to get quite a few comments on the Golden Master, because obviously that is a very cool minifigure. Now, if I wasn't to choose the Golden Master, I'd probably end up choosing this Lloyd right here, whenever they were fighting the Overlord in the Rebooted series, or the first Lloyd that was ever made in his Green Ninja form. Definitely my favorites. Not the DK Publishing one, because I don't like the gold in it. I don't think it goes well with the black. But yeah, like I said, here's a good view of all their heads actually. It looks pretty cool coming down there. And yes, that is basically it for all these Lloyds. Now I will have quite a few more of these revolving around the Ninjago range, like Garmadon, Sensei Wu, maybe even the Ninja if I can seem to find every single version of the Ninja that have been produced, because there have been a lot, guys. And even there's another series coming out later this year, and so I'm very excited for that. Excited to see that the Shadow of Ronin, it's going to be called, so that is going to be pretty cool. If you guys would like, you guys can submit a request down in the comments for a different minifigure that you would like to see through the years of Ninjago. Like I said, this was Lloyd through the years. You've got all the way from the very beginning of the creation of Lloyd, all the way until present day Lloyd, or at least in the series that is out right now. So I will end up doing another one of these videos on Lloyd once we get quite a few more. But as for the time being, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys go check out all my other videos, as well as my different MOCs and my news, all sorts of stuff like that. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm AAG Spitta. Subscribe so you never miss a video. Down in the comments, tell me which one of these is your favorite. See you guys.